so it doesn't matter what you play anymore. I'm like literally playing DPSs now.
Yeah.
That just counts about to be higher ranked than my main at this rate.
Ooh, what's your main at?
Oh, actually, my main's Celestial, but this is I'm on GM3, and like it's like if we keep winning, this will be higher than my main. I mean, this is already higher than most of my ults already, because most of my ults are like plat, diamond.
Look who just showed up.
I think we're kind of fucked right now. I don't get any heals.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
God damn it, they have a white fox. Diving's gonna be hard. I miss.
What is up with these dives?
What?
Oh.
No more? You are a cringe bag.
Feels illegal to win that team fight.
Kill that kid. Nice. Bro went no more, bro? Damn.
But not sweet enough.
Ooh. Cosmetic BP.
Cosmetic? I just
Cosmetic.
literally ate that guy's like behind.
How did that not pull them?
Bro, I dashed at her once. She instantly just teleports to a teammate. She ulted to not die. God damn it.
Control lost.
Goodness. I got counterpicked
You
frame
ulted
one.
Then? You ulted then? Oh.
This character's ass. This character is so ass. My combo, the combo doesn't kill anymore, chat. It's so sad.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Can they rework him already, bro? Like, holy fuck.
Don't come back. Heal, body and soul. You're so kind.
Look at these. Look at these.
What?
Oh shit. The faces.
Oh, I'm dead. Alright, this character's ass is enough. Who do I play now?
Double KO.
And Blade. Oh, I'm using the wrong team. God damn it. Alright, feels goated. Yeah, wow. Okay, I insta died.
Going to overtime. Control lost.
But actually, I want to try the Cyclops buff.
Force boost.
Dash against it all as well. Okay, well, how would I have saw that? If I dash him around the corner.
Oh, Salak has ult.
That shit. Holy shit, I'm fast as fuck. Killed someone.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway.
I'm flanking a Cyclops. We see that flank Clops shot. I killed two. Okay, I have to use the other team up because Sco's being invisible.
But she's always with me. Those guys are about to shoot at us.
Try Spider-Man. It crashes my game if I play Spider-Man.
I don't have any supples right now.
I don't know how we have no supports. It's kind of not good.
Well, that saved me.
Yeah, I'll play Spider-Man when they fix it, but they haven't fixed it. It's been like almost a year now.
Can you really go through the...
What? That was some bad rubber banding. What was that? Anything not put on the mask? I'll put on the mask. I'll play Deadpool.
Jean may not be here.
That good enough?
Always with me.
Have you seen any of the Tom Holland movies for Spider-Man?
Not the Tom Holland ones, no.
Damn.
30
Yeah, we gotta get you on that.
attack. Get ready.
Never seen none of them? Yeah, you couldn't watch a new one even if you wanted.
You unleash from your eyes. Does it ever run out? Not in my experience.
A bonsai.
Some say it's channeled from a dimension of pure concussive force.
Ah, well, we can take sight pretty fast with it, I think. Favorite Spider-Man?
Three,
To unlock my
two,
mutant powers.
I like Tom's. Tom's is pretty good.
do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Every spell cast has its price. My debt is
Spider-Man to Celestial on the next subathon? Sure, buddy. What if that's not there? This all sucks. This all sorry. Oh, nah. That shit still doesn't do nothing.
I am ready to put on a show now.
Man, we have no support ults again? I feel like we never have
One of
ults.
our supports got off.
Oh. That's why it feels like we never have ult.
Capture the mission area.
Damn. I could play support if you didn't want to do it.
That's fine.
I like the cold.
your army's been perfect angle.
Down two. Okay, we're back.
That right there is why I hate Psylocke.
Whoa, whoa, not too much on Psylocke, chill.
Yeah, I've expressed my thoughts before. Take it further. Don't trash about my girl, I will find you. Why did we all... Yo? Why did we rocket ult? Not even at like the right area too. It's not even at the team fight. Even the enemies are like, what? I'll shoot the squids. Got Thor. I got whatever that guy's name is.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. That's 3.
So we do it on Yancey Street. Damn, wait, when was the last time you went to a movie theater? You didn't see like the Fantastic Four movie either? Oh man.
Which one? The old one?
The new one, the newest one.
No.
Damn. Yeah, we gotta get you outside. God damn. That's coming from me.
Where's our rocket at? Oh.
Trying to get this Psylocke off you guys.
No winner yet. Going to overtime.
I'm somehow getting more kills than I did as a DPS.
Those are more comfortable on Luna.
Control lost.
Luna does a lot of damage too. Can't underestimate that.
Did he take down his res? Did not. Oh, I thought I was gonna reach him.
Yo, that guy's frying me. Let's see Andrew Garfield's a long time ago, but I had to rewatch them.
We X-Men beat death a long time ago. I unleash the
I am ready to put on a show. Right there.
That's what I call teamwork.
Watch out, they have a BP. He's 1 HP. Oh, never mind, tore his head off. Alright, where is this kid at? I see you. Okay, that might have not been smart.
Oh yeah, whoop his ass, now see?
He's running away. He got a health pack. Oh, not mine. Scott? What, X-Men
She may
Scott?
not be here, but she's always with
They did him dirty in the X-Men movies. Murder Stream P4R and P6? Yeah. Whenever that comes out.
Get ready.
Propulsion beam.
I know you, Lumiere. Something's bothering you. What's up?
I just never expected this whole time stream to spin.
Everyone said it was ass. The old X-Men movies aren't bad. They're just not.
Home or out on tour?
Thanks. You always help.
Only one that's good is First Class and like Days of Future Past. The rest aren't that good. They're pretty bad.
3, 2, 1.
They're okay.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
After what Alchemax did to me, I'm more than ready for a fight.
I think I could jump this.
Whoa.
No, I
I got
can't.
this damage.
I'm dropping.
Yeah, drop down, drop down, drop down.
I like the code.
Oh, Dean. Oh,
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
I set it up, but you did the
Rocket, what are you high or something or? Bro,
yeah, not me missing them all. Crazy. My aim is so bad.
is he drunk or something? Like why does he keep doing that? He just ults after everyone's dead already. I'm not even sure we could actually lose this.
I can't see you.
She's just stomping around, but not stomping next to her teammates. This girl's a troll. You can't teach that. I don't know.
Going.
You were in my path.
Look up behind you.
Thanks for the boost. Perfect angle.
That didn't kill her? Oh. Thor was
Oh,
1
Thor was
HP.
one.
Still one down there. Well, someone's one. Oh, I'm dead.
Fucking Thor.
Overextended. Fall back. You guys are down too. Well, die on site so we get to 99.
If the battle's not done,
But die on
neither
site.
am
Stay
I.
on site. Keep touching. Just keep touching. Just keep touching. Die on sight. Just die on sight. Don't be
Kingdom.
afraid. Oh my god. Oh my lordy. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We don't want to play objective?
It.
This foot is gonna kill me. I'm fucking dead.
Can't heal you.
Nah, I'm dead. Don't worry about it. Oh, we gotta win one more team fight to win the match. It's just gonna be kind of tricky because this rocket is
Beat death a long time ago. Blasting through.
See them? Right there.
Maximum impact. Thanks for the boost. Behold the god of thunder. Right on target.
Dude, Dina's
Rocket,
so
please
low.
ult. Rocket, please, please. Oh my fucking god, bro. We killed like 1 or 2 and he didn't ult sight.
Listen, the professor didn't train quitters.
He's dead. Okay.
Armed and dangerous.
Okay, we have the portal. Strange, come back. Strange, come back. Come on, we got a portal. We got a portal. We got a portal. Actually, no, just keep walking. Keep walking. They're down one. They're down one. They're down one. Keep going.
Oh yeah,
Solix one. Solix one.
I am ready to put on a show.
Rocket, please. Ult us. Rocket, please. Oh, I'm gonna lose my shit. Yo, I don't know what to do for this guy.
The professor didn't train quitters. Blasting through.
You guys won that, I think. Okay, nice.
Control seized.
Punch it up. I have tagged a foe. Punch them.
They're on site. Come back to site.
Overtime. It's the grand finale.
They're down one healer. Holy shit, that's how like it's hard focusing you. Alright, that should be game. I
What the
think. Oh no, you guys died to the Psylocke? Oh no, we lost. We just lost. Like, touch if you can. It's okay if you die on site. Oh no, bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, we portal. We're coming, we're coming. This dude ulted me. Dude, what is this match, chat? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nah, I don't blame you. That match was stressful. Okay, the DD? Bro, you know I always got the DD on me. I gotta avoid the rocket. I'm avoiding. I'm sorry. I'm not. Nah.
Type shit. Type shit. Oh man. What rank is your main account, by the way? Isn't it GM2?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you can switch your main if you want, but up to you. This is merchant. I was riveting Rocket gameplay, bro. That guy's ults were like, I don't know how he's this high rank. I'm checking.
Yeah, those are really bad rocket ult.
What does he play? Does he actually? Oh my god, he has 75 hours on Rocket. What? That's his main. Bro, what? He plays Rocket, Angela, Ultron, Luna, Invis, Elsa, Gambit. Yeah, I don't know. That guy is a complete troll.
It was probably a bad game for him.
No, but I told him what to do. Just he just didn't listen. That's not. That has nothing to do with bad game. He's just not listening to the comms. Unless he was in a voice chat. I didn't check. I forgot.